to another episode of For the Dolls podcast with your host, Jondadoll. Dolls, so it's March, and you know I'm a Pisces. Hello. So you know it's my birthday month. We're like less than 2 weeks away from my birthday. So it's coming up, it's coming up. So I wanted my birthday month podcast episode to be more interactive with you dolls. So I asked and you dolls answered. So guys, Kiara is going to be reading the questions. Ew. Kiara sounds so ill. She hates when people call her Kiara.
I don't like that. That's so
She hates
disrespectful.
she hates that so bad. Anyway, my best friend, Key, is going to be reading the questions behind the camera. So, yeah, we feel like that would be more like fun and interactive versus me reading them and then just answering the questions. So let's see what's T. Let's see what you're starting off with.
Gotta find you a good one.
We're eventually gonna go through all of them, but let's see what she says.
Carnival outfits.
Oh, that's T. I seen this one, and who suggested it? Let me see the name.
I am Kiana N.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know her, but that suggestion, like that topic 8, that's T. If I was to go to Carnival, that would be like what I would go off. Like that's what I'm gonna base this off. My answer. I would go in definitely like rhinestones feathered out to the T. I would probably want to do like a rainbow effect versus doing like a solid color. I would definitely want like shorts, like cute little shorts, and probably like my shirt would just be like rhinestones with like feathers somehow, like feathers going out of my like arm piece and like my shorts. What color? Like I don't want like a rainbow somehow, like the rhinestones to be like in a rainbow effect. I think that would be T. But if I wasn't to do rainbow, I would definitely do like a teal turquoise or like a hot pink, and get very like carnival, like feathers, bead, skin. That would be my carnival outfit. And definitely my hair would have to be like bleached blonde all around, like white, platinum. That would be my carnival outfit. But I love carnival outfits. Like I love looking at them. So let's see if I find like something that's similar to what I would wear, and then I will put the picture somewhere up here. If not, then I didn't find something that's similar to what I would want to wear.
Okay. The next one is, what is your dream bag?
So when I read this, it was funny because I honestly don't have a dream bag. But if like I was to be rich and there would be like a bag that I would want to get because I made it there, it would want to be a Birkin. I would want a Birkin Hermes for sure. That would be like my dream bag, I guess. But like the Chanel bags be T too, so I don't know. Some of the Chanel bags. A Birkin? I don't know, because the mint green is T, the gray is T, the light pink is T, the different prints, the furs. It would be a Birkin. A Birkin would be my dream bag, actually. Think about it for a moment.
Okay. Good choice. All right.
Next to the Birkin. Show them, you know what? I made it.
All right, now let's talk about closure. Your thoughts on whether it's good or bad, needed or unnecessary.
It really depends the scenario. I feel like I've been in some situations where I felt like it was unnecessary or I didn't need it. And I've been in some situations where I might have thought I didn't need it, but I didn't need it because once I got it, I was more content. I feel like closure is different for everybody. Some people never need it, some people do need it. And like I said, I truly feel like it depends on the scenario and what it is. Speaking from my own personal experience, how do you feel on closure, King? Do you feel like it's needed, not needed, or unnecessary?
I really feel like it depends on the person. I feel like
it depends on the scenario.
Yeah, like there's been times where it's like, okay, we'll just stop talking.
And then okay, life goes on. Like it doesn't matter. Bam.
But then there's like other times where it's like, oh, this is a hurt key.
Yeah, like I'm upset. Like, okay, maybe I'm going a little crazy right now. But I feel like it depends because also there's been times where I've thought I've gotten closure by like not needing the closure, and then something has like rekindled, and then the way it ends is really with the closure I needed because it was a different kind of closure. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I definitely said my piece. We shall say that, and that was my closure. Okay. So I feel like it depends on the scenario. All right. What's T? Who's next?
Who do you get your inspiration from and your favorite places to shop?
Who
This
was
is from
that?
Kayla.
Kayla. Kayla put some good ones in there. Hmm. I feel like honestly, I just get my inspiration overall from like just looking at fashion. Like if I see something that's like it could be on anybody, like, and I'm just like, damn, that's tea. Like I like that. But I would honestly say Bretman is always tea. Like hello, who doesn't love Bretman? Louis Castro always tea. Um, those are definitely some of the like gay, influences that are like my tea that I'm like, yeah, some inspiration from them. And I would just say, honestly, overall, just from looking at fashion and what different influencers wear, and like even just regular people, like just looking at like what's trending, what's in fashion right now, different designers. I like watching like on YouTube different fashion shows. So I feel like I overall get my inspiration from here, there, everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. And what shows do you think should come back?
Oh, baby. So let's start with what shows do I think should come back? Who said this one?
Alicia.
Alicia. Okay, this is a good one. So what shows do I think should come back? I would definitely say Star. If you know me, you know I love Star down bad. I love Star. It was robbed. Need a bag ASAP. Um, hmm, the Winx Club on Netflix. Need that back. Orange is the New Black. I hate the way it was ending. Like I wish they ended it differently. If they ended it differently, I would have wanted it back. You watched Orange is the New Black, and I don't like the way it started to end. Like the last two
Yeah.
seasons were like, so if it ended with the fourth season, I would have needed that back. They apparently just canceled SWAT again, and that's my show. Run me it back again. There's a few different shows. I'm trying to think. I wish I would have thought about this one before. What shows? I'm trying to
Oh my
think.
god, what's that
What's
show
the
that was
shows
on Hulu?
that I used to watch?
We both watched it.
I don't remember.
All I can remember is Evangelista.
Oh, Pose. But I feel like yes, I would love. I need Pose back. Yes, you're definitely right.
I
Pose.
love food.
Pose. I was so sad when it ended, but I feel like I love the experience I got from watching Pose and like watching it throughout it. I just wish that like it was more. I wish I got more. The Fosters. I was sad when that ended, even though they gave us like the spinoff. I was still sad when the Fosters ended. Hmm. But like that's all that comes to mind right now. But if I'm editing and some other things come to mind, I will be writing them right here. So I feel like those are the shows that come to mind. I can't think of anything else, but I feel like I got most of my shows out there. I'm gonna be so mad because I know when I'm editing, I'm gonna think of like a better show that like Empire. Though I would also want Empire back. That's another one. I just also hate the way the last few seasons were going. Like it started to bore me. And then
Me,
they
I think it would be
chose.
Supernatural.
I didn't
I
watch Supernatural.
love
Oh,
Supernatural.
Suits. Suits. I would love to get Suits back. The original Suits, not the Suits LA, not the new version. No, I need the original Suits. Yeah, I love Suits. That was such a good show.
All right, let's see. Let's talk about celebrity gossip.
Hmm. I really feel like celebrity gossip right now. I'm really not. I'm really out of the celebrity gossip right now. I'm more so into like. I've been in my piece forever right now. I've been out of the mix. I've been out of the mix. So I don't feel like there's much for me to say on the celebrity gossip. The Oscars, they robbed my girls, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, for Wicked. Um, I feel like overall the whole award like era, they were robbed. Like the whole all the love the award shows, they didn't get like one win. That was a little rude, but you know that's really all I have for that. Honestly, genuinely, I'm really not too into all of it right now. Let's be talking about baddies.
Oh god. Fashion, what's in and what's out.
Honestly, what's out for me is fucking bell bottoms. I hate those so bad. Like I don't think they're cute. Granted, my cargos right now are a little like they're more like boot cut, so they're kind of bell bottom y, but like I'm not a bell bottom person. I think they're ugly. I don't get the point of bell bottoms. What else do I think is tacky with fashion that's out?
You hate Crocs.
Oh, I hate Crocs. Crocs are just so like. I don't even wouldn't even say they're ugly. I just like you'll never catch me in a pair of Crocs. I'm sorry. It's just not me. It's not my tea. No. What else is out? I don't know. There's a lot of things that when I just be seeing it just be wrong. It just be wrong and it's just not for me. So I really can't pinpoint right now at this exact
like an orange or yellow shirt.
It's because I'm just don't like those colors. But it depends. Like if you style it right, like Tinka, when she be wearing her orange on baddies, like I don't be mad at it. She look good. It's just not my tea because it's orange. Like I'm not an orange or yellow. Yeah, don't buy me nothing like that. I'm not wearing it.
So if I get you like neon yellow sneakers,
I would
you
never
wouldn't
wear
wear
them. I would never wear them in my life. Like I don't even if you spend like $1,000. Like I'm sorry, especially neon. Like that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Neon sneakers is ridiculous.
Get into the Oscars.
Okay, I honestly didn't even watch the Oscars. If I'm gonna be honest, I just watched the performances. Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, hello, stunning, loved it. Ray 8, Cynthia Erivo gave me chills per usual though. I kind of passed over that, but she gave me chills per usual. And it was just so cute. Like Ariana Grande just let her do her thing and give her flowers. Ray 8, her performance. I feel like who else performed? Did Sabrina Carpenter perform that? No, I think it was the Brits. I'm gonna get into the Brits real quick. Besides the Oscars, Sabrina Carpenter 8. My girl Jade won her first award her first solo award at the Brits. Love that. And she shouted out her Little Mix sisters. I also love that because I'm a Little Mix fan. And yeah, she ate her debut performance as well. Stunning, stunning, stunning. There were a few other performances that ate down as well. They're just not coming to mind right now. Let's see what's
So let's start with children. How do you feel about children? Do you want to be a father? How many kids would you like?
Children, I love children. I love being an uncle. I don't know if I want kids. I debate now with like my newborn niece and my other newborn niece, like seeing more babies being born into the family. I'm like, okay, maybe I do want my own little baby to see what my child would look like. But at the same time, I love the uncle experience. I like to just, return the children when I don't want them anymore. And yeah, I don't really know. And if I was to have kids though, I feel like I would want one, but then I would want two so that I don't. It's not an only child. So
Respect.
I really don't know, but I really like being an uncle. So who knows? I might just be an uncle forever.
I'm crying.
I'm so serious. Like my uncles, my gay uncles, they're just uncles. Like don't have kids. They've been together since I was a baby. Like literally since I was a baby. We've been together over 18. I mean over 20 something years. Like no kids, and like they travel. You see them. They travel every year,
They sure
multiple
do.
different places. I'm like, girl, that could be my life. You know why they do that? No kids, no responsibilities, nothing tying them down.
I ain't
Baby,
mad at it.
I'm sorry. I
Why
could still,
not?
travel with my nieces and nephews, take them on, every once in a blue, but
They'll
I
be
don't
going
know.
back to somebody.
Yeah, I like the feeling of giving them back, but at the same time, I do want to see like what my child would look like and what they would appear like, what they would be like, how they would act. I don't know. So it's up in the air for now.
All right. So I guess to tie that in, what about marriage? Do you see yourself being a husband?
Are you crazy? Look at me. No. Yes, I do see marriage. I would love to be married. I feel like there's not much to say about marriage.
Me too. I'm not
But
gonna
I'd
lie
want
to
to
you. Like, I need to be married.
you need to marry me.
I'm not being a girlfriend for the
Yeah, I'm
rest
not
of my
gonna be
life.
just
Are
a
you
boyfriend
dumb?
for till the day I die. I'm sorry.
No.
Granted, I know some people feel like they don't need like a marriage like
Good for you.
paper, but I feel like I don't need it, but
I need to look
I
at that
want to be
paper.
married.
I
Like
need to put it
I
in
want
a
that title in
frame.
my life, like husband,
Yes.
like yeah.
You want to be my, my little
Just like
yeah.
at work. Remember when I told you about the I don't I can't really be hip. I can't be saying too much. But remember the like gay married couple and how he always comes with him and he pushes him in his wheelchair. Like I want that to be me when I'm old and married. And they've been married. Like and he always comes to every single one of his husband's appointments. Like I want that to be me and my husband in the future. So yeah, husband is definitely yeah. And I feel like I would want a destination with it.
Absolutely. I'm not getting married here.
Well, no, it definitely wouldn't be.
I feel like I wouldn't get married in my hometown, period.
It definitely wouldn't be in my hometown, but I say destination as in like out of the state.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I've seen like some like I'll be doing my research. I mean, when I have basically my wedding half planned or fully planned, that's besides point. But I have definitely seen quite a few different beautiful venues in the state that are up to my like destination par. So who knows?
I need to go into an island.
I know.
I have to be on an island.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't take
It has
nothing
to be like somewhere hot. I need a beach for sure. Cause like I want to be able to go on the beach the next day and like all of
it's
us
just so much fun. Like just imagine after the wedding, like everyone's just on the beach.
on the beach, like
having
still in
a
our
fucking
outfits. Like that would be
ball.
so tea.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be tea.
So
Nice.
let's see. We have the topic rated R for sex. How do you feel about sex? How many times do you need it?
I'm dead. I feel like I'm really not like a sexually active person because I really more so need. I need to like be like. I need to be mentally tied to you in a sense, like be mentally attracted to you
there has to
before
be an
like
emotional
yeah,
connection.
like I can't just so like yeah. I'm really just over here minding my business, y'all. But yeah, entertaining. I do my little entertaining or whatever, but that's besides the point.
All right. So, how is this year going so far, and what is to come?
Well, this year thus far has had its, good moments, its bad moments. It hasn't been terrible. So I feel like overall it's been a good year. It's been still an eye-opening year thus far in these short 3 months that have obviously flown by because I feel like ever since the pandemic, years are just days at this point. Like they're just flying by like nothing. So, what's to come this year? I feel like only God knows. I truly can't say. I hope bigger and better things for the podcast, job, career, financially, mentally, everything, like, and for everybody around me as well. But I really can't say what's to come for the rest of the year. I just feel like it's all in God's hands and I'll leave it in my prayers. So, yeah, I think that's my answer for that.
All right. What are some tips for those who want to start a podcast?
Just for those who want to start a podcast, let's see. I would definitely say do your research and best time into looking up different podcasts and see how they interact with guests, see how they interact by themselves, and see more so what's your niche. Do you prefer to have somebody on there with you? Would you prefer to permanently have a co host and it's just you two on the podcast? Would you want to have a rotating guest? Would you just want it to be yourself talking with the camera? What would you prefer to have? What's your niche in that aspect of it? What do you want to talk about? What do you need to invest time into also overall what's your image? Like what are you like what's your podcast name? What are your viewers gonna tune in for? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely invest some time into that. Invest time into research, looking at other podcasts, like I said, and just invest into your podcast. Like, put money into it, put money into your setup, put money into overall what you feel like you need, because you don't even need a crazy setup. If you want to do your podcast in your bedroom, like, that's perfectly fine. Just invest overall into what you need to is your podcast and what you want it to be and your time. And also invest time into editing. That's something I need to invest more time into. And what I have said is what I'm moving on doing this year, which will start with this video. I will be editing my videos sooner versus prolonging them and just trying different tricks and things for the podcast as well. So, yeah. Just invest time overall is what I would say mainly into your podcast. That would be my biggest tip. And don't let anybody's opinion discourage you. Each podcast is going to take its time to grow to where it needs to go. You're going to learn different things. I would definitely say, and another tip is ask advice from those around you that are watching your podcast and that watch other podcasts. Ask them like what was good, what was bad, what are maybe some things I can work on or no. Because I definitely ask. I tell like the people around me like, "What's tea? Like, what you think?" Like, and I like to get that feedback. I'm like, okay, what can I do to improve that if I feel like it's something that I needed to improve? And I definitely like take it in. Don't just get the feedback and be like, okay, now like I disagree and move on. Like, just take the feedback for what it is and see what you can do to move forward from with the feedback.
Okay. What are some pros and cons of podcasting / being an influencer?
Mm. Some pros slash cons of podcasting. I think I'm gonna go for the pros first and then the cons. A pro for podcasting is definitely having a space to talk about what you want to talk about and being in control of the narrative. On this podcast, for the DaDoll's podcast, it's my podcast. I have full control of the narrative. I have full control of what we're talking about. I have full control of what's being published and what the public eye is seeing. So that's a pro I would put for podcasting. Another pro I would say is being able to put awareness towards some topics that maybe aren't talked about in the public eye as much as you feel like they should, or maybe that you feel people like you aren't talking about, and you feel like somebody can relate to your story. So that's another pro I would say. Pros to podcasting. Oh, also I feel like another pro to podcasting is having different guests on the podcast that you maybe haven't interacted with before and connecting with them and vibing. Like I've had, I want to say 2 to 3 guests. I know for sure two, maybe 3 guests that I haven't actually interacted with before the podcast in person. And like it was just such a good vibe, such a good aura from them. And like you really appreciate them for coming into your space and being open and being vulnerable. That's another thing for the podcast that's a pro is people come on and they're vulnerable and they're open for you and your viewers. That's something that you need to appreciate when you have people come onto the podcast for sure. Cons, obviously, of course, you're opening yourself up to public scrutiny and people's opinions of what you're talking about, what you're wearing, what you look like, who you're having on the podcast, the overall podcast, maybe what the podcast looks like, technical difficulties. You know, there you can open yourself up to the public eye. That's always going to be a con when you're in the social eye or when you're doing anything that's public, even when you're posting pictures on Instagram. You're opening yourself up to the public's opinion to say whatever they want to say about you because they don't know you, they don't care about you, and they're going to say what they want to say. That's definitely a con. Hmm. I also want to say a con that's also a pro is like the thinking, the overall aspect of brainstorming for the podcast. Because it's such a pro because, like I said, you have the narrative, but it's also a con because you also are trying to think what are people going to be in tune with? What are they going to want to watch? Like, is this repetitive? Do they not want to see this anymore? Is this something, you know what I mean? That's something I would say is a con. Definitely overall, like thinking about the podcast and what everybody's thinking about it, I feel like is the con. Like thinking about the public's opinion to it, if that makes sense. Do you think that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you start a podcast?
Hmm. So I did talk about this on a previous episode, but I would say I wish I remembered what I said on the other episode because I definitely was more in depth on my answer than I probably will give now. I would just say what made me want to start a podcast is I always see myself somehow in like the public eye. Like I've always seen myself as entertaining. I'm sorry, I'm funny. I'm hilarious. Like I'm sorry, I'm a character you can say. Um, So I feel like I've always seen myself somehow in the public eye or just doing something that people would want to watch or like tune into, whether it was interviewing, podcasting, influencing, just like posting pictures or whatever it might be on social media. I've always somehow, I guess you can say, see myself like that. And I would definitely see myself on reality TV when I was younger. That's definitely one thing I said on the other episode. Another thing that made me want to start podcasting is to just have another voice out there, for the gays. Hello. and just bringing more awareness towards topics I feel like some other things aren't bringing awareness to. Like some other social media outlets aren't bringing awareness to, and just shedding a different perspective on topics that are trending out there and that people are talking about and giving a different opinion. And who knows, maybe there's another little gay boy out there watching that's like, I don't know, inspired, or like it's like, maybe I can be myself, like, he's himself or whatever the case may be. So I feel like those are just some things that made me want to start podcasting. So we're gonna get into Mexico because my birthday's coming up, and that was where we went for my birthday last year. This year I'm not doing a trip for my birthday. Just gonna stay in the States, but I am low key gonna do a little like birthday weekend thing. Um, but anyway, I'm just gonna get back. So we went to Mexico last year for my 20. How old am I about to be? I'm gonna be 23. So for my 22nd, we went to Tulum, and it was beautiful. The plane ride there was good. The airport is a mess, baby. I'm telling you, we flew to the Cancun airport, a mess.
Horrible.
I mean, horrible, horrible going and coming. It was a mess. The wait, the TSA, everything, a mess. Then do you remember how when we got there the van wasn't booked?
Oh my god.
So one of my friends booked the van, but the van went to take the money out while we were in the air. So I guess her card must have been locked, so it didn't go through because we were in the air. So mind you, when we landed, we didn't know if we had a shuttle waiting for us outside. So we're like, okay, like what are we about to do? So then we're like looking and hunting. And then we ended up finding actually, like we did actually still have the van outside. We just ended up paying it like when we got on the van. So luckily that was one thing. We get
I
to the
forget how much
resort.
it was.
It wasn't bad because we paid a price that was going and coming. Like it was a what's it called? I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember how much it was, but it was a package that was basically like they picked us up from the airport to take us to the resort, and then they would pick us up from the resort to take us back to the airport. So it was like a return.
Like a round trip.
Yeah, there you go, round trip. There you go. It was a round trip shuttle thing that we did, and I don't remember how much it was honestly a person, but it
I don't
wasn't
think
bad.
it was that bad. Yeah.
It was cheap. That was definitely one of the cheap things that we paid for in
And
Mexico.
it was a nice van.
It was nice, and it was just us on our shuttle because we booked our own shuttle. But I remember the first day we got there, we didn't eat anything besides that morning at like 6 a.m. We got to the resort, the buffet was closed or whatever. They didn't open till dinner. The snack stand was open, but by the time we got there, the snack stand had closed apparently. And let me just tell you guys, my first night in Mexico was horrible. Like it was horrible. It wasn't horrible, like it wasn't super horrible, like super bad, but it was bad. We didn't eat anything. We get to the room, we start unpacking, whatever the case may be. By the time the buffet finally opens, we go to the buffet, and let me tell you guys, by this point, I'm nauseous. I want a ginger ale. We're in Mexico. All the sodas are flat. There's no like caffeine. There's no like carbonation in them. Like they were nasty. I can't do no flat soda.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was bad. So I was trying to eat like the few things that I picked up that like looked appealing to me in that moment because I was already nauseous, and I couldn't stomach anything of it. Like I couldn't stomach anything. So I'm literally sitting at the table nauseous. Everybody's at the table and like they were thinking like, okay, so what are we doing tonight? Everybody wants to go to the club, and I'm like, baby, I'm dying. Like I'm dead at the table, and I'm like, I'm going to my room. I go to the room because I couldn't even eat anything. Everybody eats. I order a pizza to the room and I order fruit salad. Let me tell you guys, the pepperoni that they gave me on that pizza, that shit made me even more nauseous. The pepperoni was nasty, right?
Yo, all of that food was just
Like the food
it.
at the resort that we got was not it from the buffet. Like when we ate at this like restaurant that we had,
yes, we were so mad.
we were so mad. We found it the last,
minute.
like the day before the last day. Mind you, we were there what, like 4 days? We were there 4 days. So the first 2 days we didn't know that there was this restaurant that had good food that you can actually order like food versus being like buffet made. Um, Besides like the few restaurants that they did have, because we went. Okay, we're getting into the rest of the food restaurants that weren't good. But anyway, I ordered the pizza and the fruit salad. The pizza was nasty. Didn't eat that. I ate the fruit salad. Mind you, everybody was like, "Come on, like let's go out." And I'm like, "Yo, I can't. Like I didn't eat nothing. Like I feel like shit. I still felt nauseous. I was throwing up." So everybody went out. They had a time. I was, just in bed. I ended up going to sleep. The next day we get up. We were just gonna be at the resort that day. We ended up booking our excursions, and we booked. What did we book? We booked the cenote trip with ATVing, which was so scary. We booked.
I would never
What
do
else
no
did we
dumb
book?
shit like that again.
What else did we do?
You did the ATV
The
and.
ATV and the cenote.
That's it.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it because they were both the same day. Yeah, because we had one. We did one day at the resort. Then we did the one day. Oh no, we did the boat. The boat day. Remember?
Oh
Yeah. See,
yeah.
I
Oh
knew
my
we did
god, that
something
was
else.
so
Yeah,
much
we did two
fun.
different.
That was the funnest
Yeah,
day
that was the
there. I
best.
had a
See, told you
ball.
we had two different like attraction days.
Mhm.
Okay. So the second
That's
day,
a
whatever.
must-have. Like
That was
everyone
a
has to book
highlight. Yeah,
that.
when y'all
That
go,
was
y'all have to.
so much fun.
So we ended up going to like we booked our attractions. We did the resort. It was cute. Was that the day that we did? No. What did we do that night? Where did we eat? I don't
Didn't we
think.
eat on the island? Wait, which day are you talking
Oh
about?
no, that was the day. Oh, so that day. Never mind. The second day. Now I remember. The second day was when me, my mom, Heather, and Felicia left the resort.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
we
yeah,
walked off
yeah.
like so we were our resort was also like it had a sister like hotel that was the same like hotel as ours, just a different one. Right next to it. Then it had like more like houses and stuff. Like it wasn't like this whole thing. Um, so we ended up walking out of the like resort and onto the path or whatever to this restaurant and we ate like by the dolphins. I'll insert like a video of the dolphins right here if I find it, hopefully. And it was really cute. It was nice, but let me tell y'all, I do not eat shrimp with the head. And they brought me these shrimp with the head on them, and I was so shook. And so was my mom because they brought her the two, and we do not eat shrimp like that. And I literally just cut them off with a knife, and I was just like eating the rest of it. But I was like, ugh. Yeah, and that was like the best food I had, like from those whole first 2 days. Like the first day I barely ate. The second day that was like the best thing, and it wasn't even like 10 out of 10. It was just the best thing compared to what I had thus far. Mind you, still no sodas out there, no nothing. So I'm like struggling with my beverages, but I think I was doing like lemonades or
Oh
something
my
today.
god, no. I was so drunk every single day. I couldn't survive on
Oh, that
nothing.
that day, yeah, that day I wasn't really. Drank a little bit, but I didn't really drink that day because that day I wanted to go out, but everybody else was tired because they went out the first night. But I was nauseous, so that's why I didn't go out. So then we just chilled that night. Because the next day we had to get up early. Because that's when we did the boat day. I think we did ATV the last day.
Mhm. ATV was so much fun.
Yeah, ATV I think was the last day. If I'm saying this in the wrong order, it really doesn't matter. I think I'm probably saying the next few days, like the next 2 days, the attraction days wrong. Yeah, see, that's the tattoo I want. Give me, let me see. So I'm actually like, this is a tattoo I want. Can they see?
Let me see.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a tattoo I want. And if I don't like how that looks, I'm just gonna say it again when I sit down, and I'm gonna insert it right here. That's a tattoo I want. Point blank. Period. I think I'm gonna get it on this side because it was such a cute henna I got on the beach. So we ended up doing a beach day. So Isla Mujeres is the correct name, and it was such a blast. Like the water was beautiful. We had the chance to go snorkeling, and I'm not gonna lie, like we had lashes done and stuff like that, and like my girls had their braids in and like tracks in, and nobody
Mhm.
was doing none of that. And I just like I'm a Pisces and I love water, but that was too deep in the ocean for me. Like I'm too scared. I'm scary when it comes to stuff like that. It's too like I feel like a shark is gonna bite me or like I don't know. So none of us got in, but we did really enjoy the water and the boat. The nice ride. It was very nice. They definitely told us that if you miss like if you miss the deadline, you will get left, and they definitely left somebody. Remember, they
Mhm.
left that couple. That was tea. But it was overall, Isla Mujeres was beautiful. We got hennas on the beach. I got a massage by myself while everybody was still eating, and it was such a good massage, y'all. Let me tell you, it's so funny how Mexican pesos is so much because on my phone it was like it calculated it as like 1,000 and something like pesos, but it's literally like whatever dollars. But it was like damn, the math is so crazy how it looks like it's so much. And the massage was beautiful on the beach. We ate on the beach with our feet in the sand. There was a swing on the beach, and we were just swinging on the swing, drinking our drinks, just waiting for the boat to come back. We shopped around. We walked around through the little village. I wouldn't say the little village, but like, walked around the little area. It was cute. It was very nice. How did you feel about the beach day?
I love the beach day.
The boat day was so fun. It was
Yeah,
really,
that was
it was
probably
like
like
the highlight of the
the
trip.
highlight. Like it was honestly like just getting out of the resort and like being on that island where all
Yeah.
these like people our age, like the vibes were just there. It was
Like the
up,
vibes,
like
yeah, like the
the
vibes were
music, the
there.
dancing,
Yeah, the
like it was
music, and
just so
especially on the
cute.
boat. Like at first on the boat, like we were like, just seeing, but then everybody was like, like was thinking up, like they kept giving us drinks because the drinks were like it was like an inclusive thing, like the
We
drinks
just
were
kept on
there.
getting drinks and
The
kept on
food though
getting
that they
drinks.
gave us on the boat,
Oh yeah,
I
no.
didn't eat that shit neither. Like
It was like it was
it
like
was like
school lunch.
it literally was like a lunch drink. It was not it, but the drinks were drinking. And yeah, the beach day was amazing. We took the beach day back. That's when we ended up doing my birthday dinner at the quote unquote steakhouse, which I say quote unquote because it was not good. We did a birthday theme night. I'm gonna include pictures right here, maybe a video. And it was overall though, the dinner was like nice because of the people there, but the food nobody enjoyed it. The food was cold. They sat us by the vent. We literally complained. You remember? Oh, you were sick. You remember, Key? You remember the dinner?
Oh
The red
my God,
dinner.
yeah.
And you were sitting on this side of the table and the vent was blowing at you?
Yeah, it was a fan blowing right at me, and I felt myself like getting sick from it. Yeah. Like my throat was starting to hurt. I was like, yeah, no, I can't sit against this.
Our food was freezing. Mind you, the restaurant wasn't even full, and we asked to move, and they were like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then then we told them again, like, before the food came out, like, we're like, if you can't move us, like, we're just gonna have to leave at this point because, like, there's nobody wants to eat like this. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, the fan is blowing against us. We're literally freezing. It's already cold out here because they said they couldn't turn the fans off. We had asked them if they could turn the fan off. But okay, can we move? Like, it's empty. They didn't want to move us. So yeah, the food was still cold overall. It was not good. The steak wasn't good. The resort food, like I said, was not good. We got breakfast though that day, and it was really good.
That was really good.
That was good. The breakfast
was good.
We got breakfast the next morning because me and Jazz found that restaurant. I think that day. Yes, me and Jazz found that restaurant, and then the next day we had breakfast there. We had to get up super early though. I remember because they were picking us up at like 7:30, so we had to get breakfast at like 7. Mind you, then we're telling them like we're like, we're on really short time and like we're leaving at 7:30. Do you think it's realistic? And they're like, yeah. And they made it work, child. We got our breakfast and we swallowed our breakfast and went to ATVing. We went to the cenote. ATVing was fun. It was scary, like being like responsible because they made it so scary. Like, oh, if you don't get insurance, blah 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 blah, or being careful.
Oh my God! Remember I lost the goggles.
Oh my gosh! Then we went to do cenote, right? And they're like, you have to keep your goggles. You have to keep this. You have to keep that. And I was just like, okay. So you had a goggle, you had your vest, and then you had something else, mind you. When we booked the ATV and cenote, we didn't know that like the cenote we were going to was gonna be underground, like in a cave. Like, cause I've seen some cenotes that are like in an open cave that's like not so like underground and dark, dark. Like no, this one was like fully underground, fully submerged. Like, so it was scary as hell. And everybody was just freaking out. Like my mom can't swim, my best friend cannot swim, so they were in there freaking out. Literally. Then my mom and my best friend are the two that are right next to each other, freaking each other out, like horrible. And they're like, mind you, I'm like, yo, y'all are ruining this. Like, calm down. I'm like, relax. You have a life vest. You're not gonna like drown. I'm telling my mom, I'm like, mom, relax. Like, you're fine. You're not gonna drown. Like, you have a life vest. I'm like, just be peaceful. Look, we're just floating in the water, floating in the water. As scary as it was, because I was definitely still scared, but overall, it was definitely a beautiful experience. I tried to get, as much sereneness from it and like tune in with nature as much as I could. Because I'm like, yes, I'm just in water right now, enjoying it as a water sign. And then that day was the day that we got back, and that was the day that I got drunk. Because besides that, I didn't like I drank on the trip on the boat day, but I didn't get too drunk. We did stop at the club that night too, the day that we did the boat day. But we was like, yeah, like we wasn't really vibing. We was there like a little 30, 40 and just went back to the hotel. Because we knew we had to get up early the next day actually is why we didn't stay too long. Because that's when we had the ATVing. But no, that day after ATVing, that's when I got drunk. Let me tell you, they had strawberry cheesecake shots. Never in my life.
So good.
Have I heard of these? I literally recorded the man telling me the menu so that I can make them. I'm gonna probably insert some videos of the pool. Yeah, that was a time. That was definitely. I feel like I had such a good time on the boat day. But besides the boat day, my highlight would be like getting back from ATVing and me just being in the pool, like because we were drinking at the pool bar, and at first it was just me, my mom, my aunt, my mom's friend Heather, and then we met like this Canadian girl, and like we were talking to her, and like I even have a video with her, and I have her on Instagram, like it was funny. Then I called these girls from the
and it was such like a
from the
difference
room
from
because
us.
they were still showering, mind you. I got straight to the room, I showered, I went right to the pool. Like I was like, I need to get some sun, like I need to get drunk, like I need to go to the pool. So, and it was just so different that day. Like it was just such a vibe and so peaceful. And like it was our last full day because we were leaving the next day. So I definitely tried to make as much of it as I could, and I would definitely say I did. Remember that was when I got the video scaring y'all in the room.
And it was
Well,
such a
I wouldn't even
difference
say I
from
was
like
scaring
our
y'all.
perspective because like the beginning of the trip, like us girls were the ones that were like getting more drunk.
Yeah,
and, like,
like I was
like
just more
that.
so chill the
So
beginning
then
of the trip.
then at the end of the trip, we were
I
like,
called them
okay,
and they
let's
were like all
chill. Like we
chilling, and
just
I'm
want to
like
lay
all drunk at
down.
the pool. I'm like, what
And
are y'all
then
doing?
we
Like,
just
come to
scared
the
him
hotel.
so drunk,
I'm
and we're
like,
like,
come to the
no, we can't miss this
pool.
out. We ran over there.
Yeah, because
And we
they were
just started
literally in
taking
the room,
shots.
and I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, girl, I'm at the pool getting drunk. Like, come on. I'm like, I'm finally out to play for real. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. I miss it.
And yeah, Mexico was overall a blast. I'm gonna see if I might insert that video of like y'all coming into the room looking for me, and then I almost fell because I was lit trying to scare y'all, because that was a funny video.
Here. What fucking done? I'm waiting for them. You didn't talk to me already. You find Oh, so you're right.
But overall, Mexico was, I would want to say like a good 9.5 out of 10, maybe a 9. The food is really was taking it. Because
Yeah, I was living off of those tacos.
Besides oh yes, they had a taco stand at the pool. I
probably had like 10 back to back.
We were eating them tacos, bam, 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 because that was the only thing that was good at the resort before we found the actual restaurant that we could order like regular anything food. Not anything food, but like, better food overall. So, dolls, that's going to close this video out. That last Mexico topic was, the ending, the outro of this video. I'm not going to pick a random question since this video was literally all questions and different topics. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching and supporting me. I love you guys. I appreciate you, dolls. Truly, I really do. For those that continuously tune in and share and support me, I love you guys. I truly appreciate you guys. Send this video to your granddaddy, your grandpappy, your grandmama, your daddy, your everybody. Y'all know it. Y'all hear it. I say it every time. But yeah, Jondadoll signing out. Big Pisces. Happy birthday to me.